On the immigration front, the war in Ukraine may cause another surge at our border. Channel 5's Kristen von Preissing with more on why Ukrainians and Russians may end up seeking asylum in the valley and what's happening with those who are already here.
At his law firm in McAllen, immigration attorney Anthony Matulevich sees people from all over, and he's seen many places himself.
I grew up in Mexico and South America, but all the summers I will go to Poland.
That time he spent in Poland before the Soviet Union fell. He says there's little sympathy there for Moscow trying to reassert its influence. On the news, now with 2 million or more refugees fleeing Ukraine, President Biden saying the U.S. will help, Matulevich expects more people will come. To get to the U.S., he says they may have to use existing visas, asylum applications, or seek refugee status.
They have to go through a United Nations refugee camp, and they have to go through the interview process there and see where that takes them.
As for the asylum process, well known locally when it comes to Central American families crossing the U.S. border to flee violence, Matulevich says asylum, which protects people from being persecuted for race, religion, nationality, social group, or political opinion, may not apply in this case.
I don't believe it's that clear cut because they have to be showing they're being persecuted by one of the grounds of asylum. So that means they're being persecuted by religious grounds, by political grounds, by sexual orientation grounds, or because they're a political group that they're being actually targeted. So they still have to show that they're persecuted and that they're the target to persecution.
So in and of itself, living in a war zone doesn't necessarily qualify you for asylum?
No.
Since the conflict started, Matulevich now has a client from Ukraine who is scheduled to fly back after seeing family, who's now seeking a visa renewal.
She's going to request an extension of stay. I see it very unlikely that it will be denied.
This conflict not just affecting Ukrainians, but Russians.
We are against any aggression going towards any nation.
Matulevich showed us a friend's Instagram post, a Russian man, the owner of Triton Bikes, who left Russia for Europe fearing retaliation. Matulevich says we may also see Russian citizens leaving as their country's economy backslides and the Kremlin moves to jail journalists and anyone who speaks out. Some flying to U.S. airports, others may fly to Mexico.
Mexico has less stringent requirements to fly in from Europe into Mexico than the U.S. does.
People fleeing impacts from this conflict that could soon seek refuge at U.S. ports of entry, around the country, and along our border. Kristen von Preissing, Channel 5 News.